I've been trying to dig deep, trying to figure it out. Trying to do that shadow work, that Carl Jung shadow work shit, you know? Incorporate the dark, little turgid elements into the main personality to become a fully realized self. That's the objective. Having trouble, though. Want to make videos. Need to make videos. Love to make videos. But don't know what the fuck they should be about. Something, right? They can't just be about nothing. Can they? No. It's not clickbaity enough. Videos gotta have clickbait. Gotta trick people into giving a shit. That's the ticket. Don't you hate when the gods tell you to burn everything down, but they don't tell you how? They don't tell you how to start the fire. It's like, how do I do it? I don't want to be too literal about it. Buy a flamethrower. I don't think that's what they meant. I can only get so far that way. I just need to focus. But on what? I guess I can just pick a thing. Right? Doesn't really matter what I focus on, as long as I'm focused on something. Is that how it works? It seems like a theory. Maybe we could test it. A fan gave me this at a meetup. It's a depiction of me as the tower from the tarot deck. You see here, there's the businessman plummeting to his death. There's the clergyman falling to his death. And here's me presiding over the whole thing, wreathed in lightning bolts. I look at this picture and I say to myself, yes, that is what I must be. But then I look at the reality of myself, a fat schlub who can barely make a fucking YouTube video anymore. And I'm like, fuck, I'm pretty far from that, huh? My ceiling fan, not that one, the one in my bedroom, talked to me the other night in either Latin or gibberish. It said, you know, shit like that. And I thought to myself, that's odd. But I didn't really think much more of it. It was just kind of like, all right. I feel like that would have freaked me out at certain points in my life, but at this point, not so much. I'm not doing a great job on this focus thing. Might take some practice. Something else happened that same night when the ceiling fan was talking. I closed my eyes, but I could still see the room around me. Except there was this big black blob floating above me. And I reached out and I grabbed it and I put it in my mouth and I ate it. I thought I'd feel some kind of crazy feeling when I ate it, like I'd feel the darkness or something, but it didn't feel like anything. Just felt like eating nothing. But ever since then, I have had a bit of writer's block. Carl Jung didn't say to absorb random shadows you see floating in your room. He just said to integrate the shadows within, so maybe I shouldn't have eaten that fucking big black blob. That might have been a mistake. But it felt like the right thing to do. I don't know. God, this writer's block sucks. Guess I can't just call it writer's block. I have to say creative block. It's almost like there's too many ideas. Usually there's too few. This time there's too many. And I don't quite know which one to pursue. I know I have to narrow it down. I don't even know what this is. Is there any reason to make this video? Maybe just to clear the blockage out. I certainly won't be upset if it doesn't get a lot of views. I'm upset when a lot of my videos don't get a lot of views. But this one, I'll understand. Because there's nothing to it. It's just this. I don't know. Maybe it's relatable. Can you relate to this? Do you know how I'm feeling right now? Do I know how I'm feeling right now? I'm not much of a past-oriented person. I tend to be grounded in the present. But there is a memory that I've been thinking about a little bit here and there lately. When I was a kid, I used to go to a private school. And across the street from that private school was a house. And at that house, there was a pool. And I guess the school had made a deal with whoever lived in that house that they could take groups of kids over to the pool to, swim. How they got a private resident to agree to let a bunch of kids swim in their pool, I don't know. Because I guarantee that pool was more piss than water after a week of that. I know I was peeing in it. But anyway, I remember I was hanging out by the edge of the pool, and there was this girl, and she was swimming, and she started struggling, and, she could tell she was getting a little desperate to get back to the edge. And just as she was about to get to the edge, I reached out with my leg and I pushed her out further because I thought it was funny. And everyone got real mad at me. Not the other kids, really. They didn't care. But all the adults there, got real upset. And it was upset not in a, normal, oh, you rapscallion kind of way. It was sort of a, you could tell that there was a deeper level of concern, And looking back on it, I feel like maybe they thought I was a little bit of a fucking psychopath, a little bit of a sociopath, a little bit of a narcissistic personality type that takes sadistic pleasure in the misfortune of others. I don't think that's what I am today. But maybe there was a little bit of that growing up. I mean, I knew a lot of kids that had a sadistic streak, so I don't know why it was treated as so weird. I mean, I definitely knew kids that did worse when I was growing up. Maybe it was that I was so brazen, so open with it, that I wasn't even clever enough to try to hide it. Just openly did it in front of everybody. But to be honest, they were just NPCs to me at the time. It's not like I really understood the concept of other people yet. In fact, I remember one time, it was a little later in life, but I was still a kid. I was still in school. But I remember one time we were playing this game where, I don't remember the exact nature of the game, but one person had to say something. It was in class. One person had to say something and then pick on the next person to say the thing. And it came to me and I said whatever I was supposed to say. And then I was supposed to pick the next person. But I looked around and I realized I don't know the names of any of my classmates. I mean, it was well into the school year. Finally, I picked one that I thought I knew. And I said, Danny. And he's like, I'm not Danny. I'm like, fuck. I was so close. Just goes to show, though, I didn't have much interest in other people. It's hard. People. I don't relate much to them. Sometimes, some of them seem to relate to me. But as I get older, increasingly less. Older and maybe a little less sane. With my ceiling fans and my dark clouds and ancient Mesopotamian goddesses and such. I don't know. I guess that's it for today.